Hello my friends and family, welcome back to my page. Your mac and cheese request is here right in time for Thanksgiving. So welcome back to my page and I'm happy to have you as always. Some salt, my water. These cook in about 8 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes, so I'm going to give it half of that time, and the rest of the time it will cook in the oven with the cheese, because if you cook it fully whenever you're ready to make the mac and cheese in the oven, it's going to be too soft. It's boiling. I'm going to go ahead and grate my cheese, and I'm using sharp cheddar and mozzarella cheese. Now, depending on what cheese you like, you can go ahead and add it. Go ahead and add a piece of Colby Jack in there. That we have done with the cheese, we're going to go over and make the sauce. So I am done grating my cheese. Now we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to make our cheese sauce. Start off by making my roux, which is melting 1 stick of butter and adding 4 tablespoons of flour. You want to stir in the flour while you're adding the flour so that it doesn't lump up. Alright, and I added 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I thought the camera was on, but it wasn't on, and I missed that clip. But you're gonna need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. If you don't have that, just go ahead and use milk. I'm going to add a little seasoning, a little paprika to give it some color. About half teaspoon. New Orleans Cajun, not a lot. About half teaspoon. I'm gonna turn the stove down. The seasoning is just to add some flavor to your mac and cheese. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. Alright, and you want to stir it in while it cooks down, and also keep your stove on low to medium so that your cheese sauce doesn't burn. I'm going to add some Colby Jack. You want to make sure you have the stove turned down so that your cheese sauce doesn't burn. And it all depending on the amount of mac and cheese that you're making and how cheesy you want it. Add some of the mozzarella. I'm gonna leave back some of the cheese to add on the top. I'm gonna incorporate this on low heat so that the cheese melts without burning. Once all my cheese is melted, I turn the stove off because I don't want this to burn. As you can see, nothing is sticking to the pot, and it's not too thick and not too watery. Alright, it's perfect. I'm gonna mix in my cheese sauce. Oops. The reason I do it like that is because I don't want to add too much cheese. Alright, I want everything to be even and to be evenly distributed. So as you can see, I alternate between macaroni and cheese sauce. So I add some macaroni, then cheese sauce, then more macaroni, and then cheese sauce until all my mixture is combined. That way the cheese sauce is properly incorporated. I'm gonna add half of the mixture. For those persons who want to have a pull when they cut into their mac and cheese, you can add some of the cheese in the center before adding some on top. You can add some right there in the center. Macaroni is partially cooked, so you don't need to have it in the oven everlasting. 15 to 20 minutes depending on how soft you had pre-cooked your macaroni. All right, just gonna sprinkle on the rest of the cheese on top. So you want to slightly cover the container, don't wrap it. All right, and also grease your foil paper with some cooking spray so that it doesn't remove the cheese when you're ready to lift it off. All right, mac and cheese is out. Go some parsley on top just for decoration purposes. I'm gonna pop it back in the oven and I'm gonna put the oven on broil to get a nice crisp on the top. Can also sprinkle on just a little bit of paprika before popping it back in the oven. Just a little, not too much. Right, our mac and cheese is out and done. As you can see, it has a beautiful crust on the top because I put the oven on broil for about 3 minutes. So as you can see, I added the macaroni to the oven, but this time I put it on broil and I give it about 3 minutes in there and then take it out because I don't want it to completely burn. You just want to have it and have a nice crust. All right, so I also made some roasted chicken, which I had already posted, so you can go ahead and check out that video. And as I mentioned in that video, we had an emergency where we had to leave, and by the time we got back in the evening, everything was cold and we had to reheat. I also made some sweet potato dinner rolls when I got back. This was a whole complete meal to give you ideas for your Thanksgiving table. So I hope you go ahead and check out the roast chicken video. Also check out my sweet potato dinner rolls and my roasted potatoes as well. These dinner rolls is a must try on Thanksgiving Day, and I promise you, you're gonna love it. All right, thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your week.